Hello, 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 and welcome to Emerald Thoth with me, Mark. Back for another reading today. This is the second of the day on this channel. Earlier I posted a video, so the messages would probably be more in that video rather than me channeling anything through at the moment before reading for you. The message was about ego dissolution and why it's crucial. And so that's a big theme coming up at the moment of how we look at ego and how we see it in others and what's crucial for this world at the moment. And earlier on I had a grasshopper friend for that reading, and just as I have turned on to this reading, I've got a spider friend, both on my foot. The spider friend's just parked on my bottom of my leg right now. Don't know what that is about, but I'm quite happy with spiders and grasshoppers and all creatures really. But yeah, so we have a spider friend that talks about a connected web for me, whatever that meaning has for you. It might just be fear of spiders or feminine power, but it gives to me like a web of light workers, a web of creation. And sort of an Eight of Pentacles vibe as well. But yeah, I'm going to start today with a kind of 4 directions reading. I'm going to do body, mind, heart and soul, and a central card as well for that, and take the information as it comes to see what message is to come through on this reading, dear one. Okay, Source, Universe, Oneness of All. Can we start with an Angel of Atlantis Oracle card? That spider is peacefully stilled. Thank you very much. Bottom of the deck, Archangel Raphael, empathy. Talks to empathy, talks to light workers. The rainy downpouring read that I had yesterday was starting with this card, and again this is green energy. You'll see green right behind me. And so there's a sense of calling us again to empathy on this read. I have the green trousers on again, which may or may not be seen at some point. I will then take the Time Traveler's Oracle card for the physical realm. This one. Okay. The bottom of the deck was patience, and I could feel that coming out, but it said no patience, take another card. Let's see what that message is going to be. I'm going to take the Urban Crows for the higher realms, in the realm of your soul, to see what message kind of the crows have for there. Protection, you're divinely protected. Let's come out there, and you're ready to soar. There's a few cards in between that, but you can see protection and soar quite clearly showing for you, which is lovely. Okay, dear empath, light worker, being on this earth, you don't have to resonate with any of the labels. The bottom of this deck before I go through is Kalimar, so there could be something that needs to be removed or destroyed or transformed, really is what we talk about. In the Astro Matrix Tarot that I have, that death card is depicted with Kalimar on there. Okay, so for the realm of the mind, please, Spirit. Deciding between mind and heart. For the realm of the mind, can we get Divine Master come through this? The bottom of the deck is Saint Germain, Violet Flame. Also a form of transformation and change. A spider friend has left us now because there's a change and transformation maybe within us, and that higher sense of alchemy, that divine kind of sense of death transformation, very much the purple, the higher heart. The higher heart? Not the higher heart chakra. The kind of crown and third eye chakras, and your psychic creativity really, also your general creativity with this purple and what Saint Germain represents. Alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. There's very much a theme of that going on now. We are going to take Secrets of the Ancestors. In case you're wondering, I just saw an older gentleman just walk by, walking his 2 dogs, 2 lovely brown dogs. I don't know him, I just felt the human obligation, it's not an obligation, but the desire to say hi. It's communication, really. Okay, so, one for the heart, please. And you are blessed. The bottom of the deck is the griot, like the storyteller, the poet. The card actually says blissed. I always take it as blessed, blissed or blessed. I wouldn't be picky. You're likely both. This is like the sun card. Okay. And before I reveal those cards, I'm going to take tarot cards to go with them. I have a wonderful pile of tarot cards and things here. This card is going to be separate because it just popped out as I opened all the cards. The Ten of Pentacles. This is leading you to a sense of, you know, I said I saw an older gentleman walk two dogs. Isn't that fascinating? Because this is often depicted in this card, and it talks about a family. So you can't write this sometimes. Yes, it could be you being part of a family. If you communicate more, if you open your heart to people more, and if you don't know them and you trust more, then you can come to a sense of abundance, which may be financial abundance, which may be your own castle, or may just be a feeling of abundance and just feeling like an abundant and connected, like the spider, a connected human being. Okay, I'm going to keep that card just right next to me for now. So, can Spirit, we get an Astro Matrix card for the center of this reading with the Angels of Atlantis card? One for the body, the physical area. Yeah, one has come out. This was going to come out, but it didn't. Three of Pentacles. I'm going to put it back in the deck. And also kind of popping out is the Six of Cups. So a number of cards, number of messages want to come to you. We'll take one for the region of the soul, the spirit. There is one that's come out for that. And then for the mind, I've seen what that is, but anyway. And let's take one for the heart. Yes. Bottom of the deck as we finish, the Knight of Swords follows on from yesterday's reading, moving and shifting the intellect. I talked about that messages I was getting earlier about dissolution of the ego and how we look at our mindset and how we are maybe shifting that to have that love and compassion and connection. So finally, to set this reading up perfectly for you, is the Affirmated Tarot. The King of Wands is at the bottom of this deck before I shuffled them through. And the King of Wands was showing to me as well while I was shuffling the Astro Matrix, so it could be relevant for you, could be a fire sign element, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But let's see what it has. So for the center of this reading, again, please Spirit, an Astro Matrix. This does want two for the center of the reading, so two Astro Matrix cards there. For the physical realm, card. For the soul, there's a card, let's see what it is. And for the mental, one more for the heart. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the star. Some wonderful messages. So as you shine, again, it gives me a sense of connection, and this lightworker web does the star. The branches want to move around as I say that, which is where this camera is sat at the moment. So beautiful, beautiful energy all around, divine healing, a divine healer, divine alchemist. It's all coming with patience. So we'll start with the center of this reading. And don't forget, throughout this reading is the sense of the Ten of Pentacles and that message that's come through. The center of this reading, these four directions, is the area of spirit, really. You could say is mercy, Archangel Metatron. So you are this kind of merciful being, and you are being, the divine is the ruler here, not any material kings or queens, although you may help people who are in those positions, but the divine is the one who brings you mercy, and you bring mercy to the world by embodying that. The Nine of Wands is here, so this may not be such an easy task. The Nine of Wands is Moon in Sagittarius, and it's saying that you're standing your ground. You're standing your ground for your principles and your philosophies. That's essentially what it's saying here, for your divine spark. And because, you know, there may be not so beneficial rulers in this world, or people who try to dictate to you, but you are standing your ground with truth, with philosophy, with a higher understanding. And trying embodying that, and you are looking to embody that with the Queen of Swords. This, what looks like a fox, a clever, kind of well put together fox with the Queen of Swords, holding that one sword, holding a palm to the sky to say, I kind of understand, or I do understand, kind of understand wouldn't be so sure, but I do understand this divine kind of information and this divine understanding and this divine kind of mission that's coming through for me. And then with that is the Four of Pentacles at the center of this reading. So the Four of Pentacles is this hungry hippo. He's saying, okay, you're maybe in a position where you're holding on to financial realms, you're holding on to your sense of abundance, you're keeping it to within yourself. The Four of Pentacles is actually called power in the Thoth deck from the Crowley, so there's a sense of power, but this is kind of a greater, more widespread sense of power. It's saying you're holding on to what's right for you, again, similar to the Nine of Wands and, in this Swords card saying, there's no cups in here at the moment, but saying, you're embodying it, you're cutting off what's not right for you, you're looking after your spirit whilst holding mercy, whilst holding a divine connection, crown chakra again with the white. So, in the physical realm, is the sun, is vitality. Number 44 as well, angelic protection and guidance, the number of this card. But yes, this is, you're shining bright, you're glowing, you're physically glowing, people can see it. You wave at strangers to say hi because you have a glow, and you feel the vitality of being part of this earth, a part of this web. You feel connected, really. Again, reminds me of the spider. And you can see I have a creature on my nose. It's going to make it harder to do the reading, so just tap gently. It's kind of like a dragonfly. A dragonfly's emergence. A dragonfly is awakening, really. A dragonfly is often a sign of it wants to stay. It may be a mosquito, but I'm going to call it a dragonfly. And it's like a sign of spiritual awakening. And so that could be like an emergence, like you're in the depths and you are coming and you're emerging, and this is what you're kind of holding on to at this moment, is that sense of spirit that you've cultivated. And that's also in your physical being, you feel it in your physical vessel, like the sun, but you are working out where and what to go and what to do. And the Wheel of Fortune is here as well, with a strange sound, seemingly. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying things are turning, the wheel is turning. This relates to Jupiter, which is also part of the ruler of Sagittarius. So it's talking about this expansion, and as you expand, you are shining like the sun, like things are turning for you. You're holding this divine energy and you're moving at pace. Communication is moving at pace. Your soul is moving at pace. You're this fast-moving, lassoing unicorn. Like it's quite beautiful that there's a sense of heat, sun, fire, movement in this with you, as well as the divine wheel, as the divine sense of justice and karma. I know it's not the justice card, but the wheel has to turn for the justice to come, really. So you're embodying sun energy, you're glowing, you're embodying divine energy, your divine spark, and things external to you are moving, such fate is moving with you. In the region of the soul, community, no surprise, 10. This is your higher being. That message came through earlier, and I decided to also say it on camera. I just did wave randomly. But look, it's bringing a sense of community. It's even just this castle of your own. It's a wider sense of community, a higher sense of community for you. The roots are growing. You're sturdy underneath and within trees. Look, and when you emerge, when you're on top, as such, like in the wheel, but as you flourish on top, then so is this community with you of light workers, of shadow workers, but generally the same meaning. And the Knight of Wands is here, which I would consider air in fire. It says fire and fire here, but that's not really relevant to the message. The message is that your soul is moving at speed, that you are moving at speed to find these communities. You are looking to embody this sense of desire to find the people and places that match your passions, that match your sunny vibration, your high vibration. And with this, as part of your nature, is the King of Cups. And very much if I was to personally identify with any of the kings, and I would probably be a King of Cups in my view, in the right mood and well aspected. But the King of Cups is king of the conscious domain, king, queen, ruler of the conscious domain. They understand their own conscious domain, they understand the collective conscious domain, they understand their soul in this area, they understand their own spirit. And so, apt that it's a blue whale, whales are divine communicators. They have this understanding that also not so egoic, if you will. Not many animals are, but in the sense that they don't have much protection on them. They're just beautiful big beings that go through the ocean and just are divinely as they are. They're not malicious. They eat plankton, one of the smallest creatures, and they're just quite beautiful divine beings, and they have a sound that resonates through the cosmos. And so you are having a sound, you are having a vibration that is resonating through the cosmos. Whoa. And in the mind, you have a prosperous vibration. So says Ganesh and Lakshmi. And this is Ganesh's prosperity and beauty. With Lakshmi, it gives a sense of Jupiter and Venus vibes. And I believe Jupiter is moving soon into Cancer. And so Venus is moving and is just moved into Taurus, whereas these are favourable aspects, you know? And so there's prosperity and there's abundance in the heart and in your general life here. The Wheel of Fortune has come up as well. And you have it here, which is one of the nicest places to have it, because the mind is not often the most prosperous or abundant place sometimes. Even if you have money, it can be still tormenting in here. Sometimes if the Four of Pentacles is not well aspected. But here you have Lakshmi and Ganesh with this prosperity vibration that you have, like the sun, like the Ten of Pentacles. And the card also says you are attracting health, wealth and happiness, and that's the abundance that you're attracting in. And with that is the Page of Swords. So a new mindset, new ideas, new downloads, new information that you're finding to help you along your journey. You're cutting through, again, a single sword in this card. You're cutting through the kind of mess, you're cutting through the dramas, you're seeing more clearly like this individual is, and you're starting on that path on the journey, and you're clearing the mind to be that vessel to take in that knowledge. And here, interestingly, like my, well, let's the mosquito friends, I'd like to see them as dragonflies, but they are what they are, they have their own purpose, so it's summer and the bugs are out, is these kind of mosquito friends as well in this Five of Wands, in this competition. And these look more like mosquitoes than dragonflies because of the looks on their face, maybe. No offence to mosquitoes, they're creatures as well. And I let one sit on my nose, and I was happy to do that for a while. But this talks about competition and battle, and in your mind, this may speak to you trying to find this community, you trying to find where your soul goes, you know, where that brightness goes in the physical realm, where this Eight of Wands, this unicorn takes you. But with this clarity and with this prosperity, there's also a feeling in your soul of like, okay, what resonates with me? Which people, you're working it out. The Five of Wands is not as combative as like a Five of Swords. It's more around the case of you're working it out. It's more, you know, play fighting in a way, or it's more sparring if you want, to work out what works best for you. And that process is going on in your mind at the moment. And so in the realm of the heart is the magician, the conjure woman, beautiful blossoming of your heart with all these red roses, passion, love and desire. That starts with yourself, and may bring other people into it, but if you're embodying this King of Cups energy, then in a good sense, in a high vibrational sense, then you will start to draw those people in, you will start to manifest those connections, that community in, but you're doing it from an embodied sense, you know. This is feeling the universe, the infinite within you, and so you're working that out as the conjure woman, you are manifesting on a higher vibration. And so we have divine connection and partnership because there is the High Priestess. So your outward manifestations are matching your intuition. With the King of Cups in the soul area and the, you know, this is the moon, the intuition is saying that you're embodying a divine union within yourself of the external kind of manifestation of the magician or the conjure woman here, and the High Priestess as well, a divine feminine sense and a divine masculine sense as well. But you know, there's two feminine figures here, so it's not really relevant because there's both masculine and feminine energies in them. But you're embodying both to bring in a partner, whether you're male or female. You want to be embodying these both yourself, really. You want the magician and the High Priestess within you. So the person that's going to come and your vibration is not making you whole by being one or the other, but is an embodiment of both. And this is giving you knowledge and wisdom, and so you're knowing your heart well, and you're expressing your heart well, and it's blossoming as such. You are glowing, and this is again a sense of glowing. This is that reflection of the sun from the moon, and your understanding, your inner understanding of your subconscious, and it's showing outwards as well when you're creating a world and a life that has shifted to go more in line with this higher vibration. But there is still things to work out. There's not a perfect ending to this reading, as beautiful as it is, as you move towards this Ten of Pentacles. You know, it's not a straightforward path. You're starting from the Four of Pentacles at the moment, and within the Cups region is the Seven of Cups, and this is that place at home in the heart. As you work out what is going to bring you to that abundance, you know, this narwhal is looking to have everything. That's not always possible, but it's a case of you working out which cups need to stay, which cups work for you, what gives you that fulfillment, what brings you to a Ten of Pentacles, what helps you embody that King of Cups, what really makes you feel like the sun and the drive of the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords, and you're coming up with these new ideas. Is some things have to go and some things have to clear, and some things have to clear out of your heart. Who or what is in your heart that can no longer stay there? What is not what you thought it was? What is the illusion to move on to the 8? And the 8 leaves behind things, and then the 9 is that the inner happiness of fulfillment, and the 10 is the shared happiness of fulfillment. And so in the Seven of Cups, you know, which is Venus in Scorpio, Venus is not home here, the Scorpio is and the planets can be well aspected in any of the signs, really. But normally there's something to overcome, there's a debauchery to overcome, there's illusion to overcome, to see clearly and to see what that fulfillment is, to see where Venus really lies at the depth of Scorpio's heart, is what is an illusion and what is bringing you genuine, realistic, grounded fulfillment, or what is more fantasy than reality. But there is such abundance here. Look at the card. There is such abundance all around it. It's just finding it. It's just going through the depths to see what you should be picking up or what you should be leaving behind. But regardless, it's a beautiful reading. The synchronicity of, you know, the elder gentleman with the 2 dogs and this 10 of Pentacles flying out from the top of the Astro Matrix text to show itself as a sense to this reading is what you're looking for. Is this, you know, prosperity, and this genuine prosperity of attracting health, wealth and happiness. You know, that's a prosperous vibration. But you're feeling that within yourself without any of that external validation. Is true prosperity. So dear one, thank you for being here with me with the spiders and the mosquitoes and nature, and I wish you the best. And I can see that you're heading towards the best. You're heading to embodying, you're already kind of embodying a sun energy anyway, and you're bringing this to the center of your being. And then that's all aspects. That's the sun, the moon, and all the stars. That source consciousness that you're bringing into yourself, into this human vessel. So keep going. There's much prosperity and abundance ahead of you. The signs all say so. And if you've tapped into this reading, you're on your way. And so, with that, I love you. I believe in you always, and I appreciate you greatly. Namaste.